I've known him a very, very long time. There have been some ups, there have been some downs. And he showed up, and I was like, look, I just don't want this to be weird.
I'm a champion!
I was just in central London. That's why I'm sweating right now, because I have to hustle back over here to get here by 4:30.
What did you say?
I went and ate at a really yummy vegan place, and then I went and I bought my wife a gift, Stella McCartney, and then I bought my kid a toy at Hamley's, some toys.
Classic.
And then I rushed over here. I could easily do days in London.
Did you buy your son Sami Zayn figurines?
I did not. Yeah. He has one though.
Oh, good.
It's crazy. He's 3. Are we on? Because we're just rolling right into it. Do you want an intro here?
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
All
Okay.
right.
We roll straight into it. Sami Zayn,
Hi.
welcome to Gorilla Position.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you again. We would go on, finish your story. Talking about buying.
I was just talking about my
figures for your
kid
son.
is 3.5 now, and it's just crazy over the last few months how aware he's gotten. So I shielded him from watching any wrestling because I just thought it'd be traumatizing. Whether I tell him or not, like, it's okay, it's it's entertainment or whatever, or it's pretend, and Baba's okay, and these are his friends or whatever. I still think it's traumatic to watch your father get beat up.
Especially when you sell as well as you do.
Or I'm wrestling Gunther or whatever. And then I made the mistake the other day of showing him the match with Gable.
Right.
I turned it off before the turn where he turned on me post-match. But I thought, well, I'm with him. He's pretty savvy now. He understands what's going on. I pretend these are his friends, whatever. I do all that stuff to not scare him. And even then that match, he's like, why is he trying to break your leg? It's like, no, look, my leg's okay. Anyways.
And why is he ripping you out of mummy's arms?
Well, no, like I said, no, I knew enough to not show him that part. Yeah.
Jeez.
But
that was the first time I've ever seen anything like that, by the way.
Yeah, I remember I was backstage once and I saw Curtis Axel's kids, and they were older, like 8 or 9 at the time. And his dad was losing because he's a bad guy. It's a live event, whatever. And he was watching it at the monitor, and when the 1, 2, 3 was happening, he's like, no, and like, he obviously knows what's up, but it still hurts to watch your dad get beat up or your dad lose. Like, no matter how, my wife is an adult.
Yeah.
And it's still
real
to them.
Hard.
Yeah, like, you've seen her performances on TV.
She's excellent.
It's because she's not performing. She's genuinely concerned.
So I wanted to ask you about, having your lovely wife in the spotlight. Does she enjoy being on camera? Because it's made such a kind of difference to your run recently.
Yes and no. I've been extremely private my whole career and my whole life, actually. But I shielded her specifically from it because she didn't sign up for it, and B, I just don't think she's built for criticism, the kind of criticism that these monsters online sometimes hurl at us, especially the women or whatever. And I just didn't want to expose her to that. And then somehow or another, she ended up kind of involved in the story when we did the match in Montreal.
I was sat right behind her for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Incredible match.
Incredible. And she really did add a dimension to that.
Yes.
A whole other layer because it was so legitimate. And you were in the building that night. The feelings in the building were very real.
I got goosebumps thinking about it.
It was just unbelievable. And the disappointment, anyways, it's whatever. So then, that kind of opened the floodgates a little bit. So now she's been featured once or twice more. But I'm a little apprehensive always because people have been kind towards her.
Yeah.
But I just don't want people to not be kind towards her.
Yeah, of course.
Because that would really hurt me because I know it would really hurt her.
Of course.
Yeah.
Let me ask you some questions because I know you haven't got much time.
I'll answer them. No, don't worry about it.
Congratulations, firstly, on your WrestleMania moment, an incredible moment, dethroning Gunther after 666 days. Are you still kind of riding the wave of emotion from that? Now we're 2 weeks removed?
Yes and no, because it's been there is such thing as too much emotion.
Yeah.
And WrestleMania is a lot. And then there's all this buildup towards it and the expectations. So that's its own little roller coaster ride before you've even gone out. And then you do the thing. And because maybe not every performer's like this, but because these big stadium shows have so much hype and so much people and it's a bit out of the norm, it's kind of hard to fully process it. Like, was it good? I think it was good. Did the emotion that I was going for, did it translate? Because it doesn't hit quite the same in stadiums versus, more intimate or arenas or whatever. Anyways, it's just harder to get an accurate gauge, in my opinion. And then on top of that, then there's like the night after Mania. And then I had Montreal the next week, and that's its own little thing. So that was super cool and super emotional, and then straight onto a plane to do these UK shows, and these crowds are amazing. So it's like my adrenal glands are just like spent, I'm just. Well, it's a lot.
We were in the stadium. That the emotion
great,
definitely
overall.
came across.
Great.
It was like I say, wrestling when all the stars align, it's magic.
Yeah,
and that's
absolutely.
what you created. That is what you created.
Thank you.
But I want to talk to you about the kind of emotional connection you have, particularly you in WWE have with the crowds. Why do you think that is? Can you comment on why you think there is that connection between you and the fan base?
I have a couple of theories, but I don't know if any of them are right. But one, as cliche as it sounds, I work with heart. I wrestle with heart. And it's like, it's real heart. Like I care, and they sense that.
Yeah.
I know that's maybe a simplistic or reductive kind of answer, because everybody kind of cares. Everybody cares, like we have a roster of pretty driven people who love this.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I feel like I have an ability that I can't quite put my finger on that just lets people in a strange sort of way. It's hard to articulate. I don't know. It's just honest. And I think that honesty just resonates with people.
Yeah.
Maybe, there's some relatability, and, I'm pretty good at the craft itself. And I think when you kind of mix all those elements, there's just something, I don't know, it's a unique little cocktail.
I love how you say you're pretty good.
You're one of the best. I think so. I mean, you're but look, I'm pretty mindful about my shortcomings too. Like I'm keenly aware. And so, I was picking apart little things about a match of mine not long ago, and someone was saying like, "Oh, you're very critical." I'm like, "No, I'm not. Trust me, when I'm good, I know I'm good."
Yeah.
I know the things I'm really good at, and I know, when something's not good, I'm not going to be like, "Well, I mean, it was kind of good." No, I know. You know what I mean? There's like a keen sense of self-awareness that I think is crucial to getting higher and higher in your career, because I think if you're blocked by ego, where you're just not honest with yourself, you'll never improve.
Yeah.
Or you'll never ascend to a certain level, because you're like, no, come on, that was good.
Yeah.
Was it? Come on. Anyway.
I want to quickly ask you about the sort of creative in WWE right now. Like, just thinking about you and your incredible match with Gunther, that Rocky 3 type story that went into that, your entrance in Montreal last Monday, which was so special.
Yeah.
Do you feel in this Paul Levesque era, as people are calling it, that it's a more collaborative, freer space for the talents to be involved in ideas and putting things together? Because that's how it feels as a fan watching.
Yeah. In some respects, 100%. In some respects, he's still the boss at the end of the day. But when it comes to how you do whatever you're going to do, there's definitely a lot more freedom. And look, Vince definitely had his way about things, and it was successful. Like people can turn around in hindsight and point the finger and say this and that. But as far as his creative, ups and downs, but there was a reason for his formula. And boxes, like we were working in a box. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
But those boxes get built because of success. You know what I mean? Like things work, so you keep the things that work, and the things that don't work kind of get discarded, which is great. But then what happens is you paint yourself into a box. But now you have a new visionary, so that box gets opened up a bit. But I think over a long enough timeline, we have to be very conscious of what we're doing to not just be in a new box. You know what I mean? Or maybe a slightly bigger box. Because there's a million ways to do things. But what I'm saying is those things exist because there was success behind them. All this to say, for sure, under Triple H, there's no question that in the week-to-week stuff and how you execute, there is far more freedom as a performer. And I think you're asking me that, so you sense it, and I think the fans definitely sense it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Finally, very quickly, last question. I spoke to KO at Mania weekend. He was talking about Punk. He was saying how he doesn't really care for Punk returning, doesn't really care about him as a human. I wanted to get your opinion on that and how you found CM Punk since he's returned to the company.
I don't know. Like, I've known him a very, very long time. There have been some ups. There have been some downs. And he showed up, and I was like, look, I just don't want this to be weird. So, like, what, you know, say whatever you need to say. Say your piece. I said my piece. And, like, clean slate. That's it.
Nice.
You know what I mean? Like, you just can't walk around harboring resentment. Because I just don't want him to walk by and be like a black cloud. Like, I work here. You know what I mean? So if there's anything, or vice versa, I don't want him to see me and go like, oh, what? Hey, whatever happened, you know, cards on the table. Let's just clean slate. Good, okay. You know, and that's it. Just that's how I approach, I guess, not just him, but life. It's just like, it's exhausting. I've found in my experience, it's kind of exhausting to hate people.
Yeah, you don't want to be carrying that around. You don't want
like,
to be carrying
the only
that around.
person who's mad is you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no, that person. Like that, they're just walking around, but you're the one all of a sudden under a cloud of negativity. So I just don't want that cloud. So, like, has there been some weird stuff between us in the past? Sure. I think 90% of people you ask about Punk would probably say the same. But as far as I'm concerned, hey, we got to work together. You're here. You've been through a lot in your life. Let's just clean slate, start over, and, you know, whatever. And that's it.
Yeah. Well, Sami Zayn, I know you got other commitments, but lovely to see you.
Thank you, man.
Great to see you.
Story of my life.
I'm a champion.